Hi everyone, welcome back to the IT and Psychology YouTube channel. Today we are going to be discussing the second unit of Chapter 3 of Information Technology 12th grade Advanced JavaScript. So here we start with Unit 3.1 Switch Case and Looping Structure. Previous year we have learned different basic syntax of JavaScript such as variable declaration, if, structure, function, etc. Let us learn some extra features. So here we start with the first one, that is switch case statement. This is an important one, so please pay attention to this one. JavaScript has a built-in multi-way decision statement known as switch. The switch statement tests the value of given expression against a list of case values, and when match is found, a block of statement associated with that case is executed. There should not be duplicity between the cases. The value for the case must be similar data type as the variable in which the default statement is not mandatory. So here we continue to the syntax given for switch case statement. So here first you need to write switch, and for expression it needs to be what is your input data. Like below we have been given with an example for inputting the days of the week. So here your day will come and it has to be either of these seven, and if it is not one of these seven data types given, it will show as invalid day. So this as and it depends on this number actually, because here in the line Saturday is the sixth value. So case 6 as shown here 6, it will show us Saturday in the output. So if we were to put around like 4 in this, we would receive the output as has been given here, Thursday. So here a note has been given. Please focus on the notes and the do you know part, as that is important too. Note, language attribute of script is replaced by type attribute in all the programs as it is standardized. So here we continue to the second part of 3.2, that is looping statement. While creating programming logic, we need to execute some statements repeatedly. Iteration refers to the execution of statement or a group of statements of code for a fixed number of times or till the condition is satisfied. The condition should be Boolean condition. Some commonly used JavaScript looping statements are, the first one being for ... loop. This loop executes statements as long as condition becomes true, control comes out from the loop. When condition becomes false, benefit for loop is that it combines initialization, condition and loop iteration, that is increment or decrement. You'll get to know the meaning of this concepts given here only when you perform the solved examples on your PCs or laptops. Then we have been given with the syntax that we have to use for our looping statement. Then we continue to the a further explanation of looping statement for loop. Initialization is assigning initial value to the variable which executes only once, and then the condition is checked. Loop will execute statements in statement block till the condition is true. When condition becomes false, control is transferred out of the loop and it will execute remaining program. Iteration means increment or decrement value of a running variable. For example, we have been given with for I is equal to 1, I should be lesser than or equal to 5 and I will be incremented. So it will keep adding a number that is till the number 5, and it will be positive and it will be a natural number. So here till 1, from 1 till 5, the numbers have been given as written in the code. Then we have the descending order as well. So please perform this on your devices so that you get a better overview of these examples and the topics as well. Then we continue to while loop. This loop executes statements as long as the condition is true. As soon as condition becomes false, control comes out of the loop. So here we have the syntax that we have to use for while loop. So here, just understanding this won't help. You will need to perform this program as well, as this is a very important chapter. Please do write these down so that you can get a better understanding of these codes. See, loop is an important aspect, and since this has not been moved from our syllabus, we have to study it. For only the students that are performing for the boards between the year 2020 to 2021. Here we continue to the concept part. The statement within the loop may be a single line or a block of statements. If the statement within loop is a single line, then the curly parenthesis is optional. Here, loop will be executed repeatedly as long as the condition is true. Note that if condition always true, then loop would be executed infinitely. So after some execution, condition becomes false. So here we have bar I is equal to 1, while I is lesser than equal to 5. Document dot write ln I gives I is equal to I plus 1. So this is a false statement. So there won't be any output for this. So this is an example for when the condition becomes false. Here we come to the program for the loop, which gives us the true values. So please try this out. I'll be giving a .html file in the Telegram group for doubts. Please join that, and if you have any doubts pertaining the topic taught earlier in the past 2 chapters, please do reach out to me on that group so that your doubts can be cleared. And I'll be taking doubts sessions every fortnight. I'll be mentioning the Zoom link or ID and password on the group. So if you wish to join and clear any of your doubts pertaining the subject of IT and psychology, you can join in there. And let's continue with loop statement. So here the output has been given as well. So please check this out so that you can get a better overview. Here we have been given an activity. Please check this out. This is very innovative. So here we have been given with another program. So before learning this, we'll be learning about break and continue statements. Break statement is used to jump out of loop. It is used to make an early exit from a loop. When keyword break is encountered inside the loop, control automatically passes to the next statement after the loop. Sometimes in looping, it may be necessary to skip statement block and take the control at the beginning for the next iteration. This is done by using continue statement in JavaScript. So I'll show you the output for this. So let's just first analyze the program. So here we have to ask the user or the client who comes to your web page that what is your understanding of a prime number. Please enter a prime number and we will tell you if it is a prime number or not, according to what you think about a prime number. So I'll just show you the output. Please just go through this code quickly and understand what a break is. So I'll just show it to you. So this is our output. I'll just show you what we get after we enter a non-prime number and a prime number. So here I'll type in 6 to check if it is a prime number. So this output shows us that number is not prime. 6 is obviously not a prime number. So we'll go to the a prime number 2. Sorry, I just need to click on the box. Check prime number. So we know that number 2 is prime. That's what the web page says as well. Number is prime. So now we know our program works. So this is how you do break statements and how you use loops, the two types of loops efficiently in a web page. So I'll just go back to the textbook page. As we saw in the output given on the web browser, we got to know how this program works. Now we'll be learning from unit 3.3 objects in JavaScript. Here the content says JavaScript is an object-based scripting language. Almost everything is an object in JavaScript. A JavaScript object is an entity having state, data properties, and behavior using methods. An object can group data together with functions needed to manipulate it. Look around you. You will find many examples of real-world objects such as table, board, television, bicycle, shop, bus, car, monitor, etc. All these tangible things are known as objects. Take an example of car object. It has properties like name, model, weight, color, etc. and methods like start, stop, brake, etc. All cars have same properties, but contain different values from car to car. All cars have same methods but perform differently. So here we scroll down to the table given to us as an example, giving us the car as the object and the different properties of a Ferrari car. So here it is, the car model's name has been given, the mass has been given, and the color of the car. Here different methods have been used so that we get a better understanding of how objects are used and how they are defined via properties and methods in JavaScript. So here we scroll up to the next version or next part of unit 3.3. Properties and methods of objects are assessed with period operator. JavaScript supports two types of objects: built-in objects and user-defined objects. Built-in objects such as math, string, date, array, etc. from which, as I have made a video on the reduced syllabus as well, from our syllabus, math object, date object and array object have been removed. But if you want to learn what they are, please do, as these might help if you are going to become a web developer in the future. So for now we only need to study string object, and this is only for the students appearing for boards 2021 and till 2020, from 2020 to 2021. So students not in 12th now, please study this. Then we continue to pointer number 2. JavaScript gives facility to create user-defined objects as per user requirements. The new keyboard is used to create new object in JavaScript. Example has been given: d is equal to new date, and then d is new instance created for date object. So please, if the students are in the 12th grade during 2020 to 2021, please ignore this example. Then we continue to the DOM, document object model. When HTML document is loaded into a web browser, it becomes a document object. It defines logical structure of document. The way in which HTML document content is accessed and modified is called as document object model. So here this statement is important, as this will come in the definition of document object, and it is programming interface for HTML and XML, extensible markup language documents. You'll learn this in the future. For now, we'll be learning HTML. The standardization of DOM was found by W3C, World Wide Web Consortium. This might come in the MCQs, which works for standardization of web technologies according to W3C. The W3C object model DOM is a platform and language neutral interface that allows programs and scripts to dynamically access and update the content, structure, and style of our document. Then we continue to a detailed flowchart given explaining what window object falls down to: a document object, location object, navigator object, and history object. These might come as MCQs as well. Any 3 correct answers, any 4 correct answers, any 2 correct answers. Define what a window object is, how many types of window objects are there. Look, you can take location object. So please learn this as well. Do not ignore the diagrams. So here, this figure 3.1 is important. So here we have been given with the following are some of the predefined methods and properties for DOM object. Property number 1, head. This returns the head element of the document. Title. I'll be reading this table out. You won't be able to understand this now, but when you use these in your web pages, when you solve these, when you use the solved examples in your own code and you try it out, then you will understand. And if you have any doubts further, please contact me on the group for doubts via the link given in the description. Thank you. And then we continue to the next property, title. Sets or returns title of the document. URL returns full URL of the HTML document. Then we continue to body, img. Returns body, img elements respectively. Then we continue to the methods and their descriptions. Here, write bracket writes HTML expressions or JavaScript code to a document. Write ln, same as write but adds a new line character after each statement. Get element by ID. These are many ways of accessing form elements, of which the easiest is by get element by ID method, in which ID property is used to find an element. So here we continue to our next heading, the inner HTML property. The inner HTML property is useful for getting HTML element and changing its content. The inner HTML property can be used to get or any HTML element including HTML and body tag. Here an example has been given. Please try this out on your notepad, or you could use different software such as NetBeans. But remember, if you are downloading NetBeans, you will require a JDK, a Java Development Kit, and you could use Microsoft Web Expression 4, the latest one, so that you can get the split output and you can design it without writing the code. And if you want to practice properly, use the old way, use the notepad. And here the output has been given for the code given above. So this is where we end the video. Thank you for watching. Please like, share and subscribe. And if you feel like you have any doubts pertaining the topics taught before and you want to know which questions have been removed from our syllabus, please contact me on this group for doubts on Telegram via the link given in the description. And if you feel like you want to support the channel, please follow me on Patreon via the link given below. I'll be posting notes on Patreon and on the Instagram ID given in the about section of the YouTube channel. Thank you for watching. And before we end, I'll just tell you which topics have been removed from this chapter, because we just need to learn after this in the part 3, we just need to learn window object, then the programs given here. Then we need to learn from unit 3.4, that's JavaScript event. We only need to learn in this input and other object events. Then we continue to 3.5, JavaScript built-in objects. We need to learn this as well. And string object. So we have to do till here, this point, from window object till this point, because after this almost everything has been omitted for students appearing for boards, so from the year 2020 to 2021. But I'll be teaching it because there might be students who will be watching these videos after this COVID-19 situation has been settled down. So I'll be explaining it as well. And if you feel like you want to learn, please do attend these videos. And I'll be posting the links in the description for the previous parts of the chapters that I've completed in both IT and psychology, and I'll be mentioning links for the reduced syllabus and the questions removed from our syllabus for the year 2020 to 2021. Thank you for watching. Take care. I hope you like the video.